There are a number of ways that it helps. One of the ways that it helps is developing the parent's skills, but also the parent's confidence. It helps just to develop that relationship between the parent and the child so that the parent and the child are working in sync with one another.
The great thing about Hanen is the focus on language and communication in the context of a parent-child relationship. It's based on research in child development, so it has a lot to say about the stages that children go through. And the most useful part of it for me was all of the ideas in the book of things that I could do with my child. They looked like things that were doable, and they were, and there was more there than I could even use. And so it kept me going in times when I didn't have access to a therapist. And I also liked the connection between just fun things like finger rhymes or knee bounces or music games or things you can do with books, because that leads into early literacy, and I could see how some of those things were preparing my child for preschool or even kindergarten.
So More Than Words is a program that was developed by the Hanen Centre, and it is a program that teaches parents of children on the autism spectrum, and specifically children 5 and under, how to help their children develop their language and their social interaction in the context of everyday interactions. Parents attend 8 sessions that are group sessions led by a facilitator, and the facilitator is always a speech-language pathologist. There are lots of different activities. It's interesting and fun. And those are to teach the strategies, to teach the information that the parents need to learn. And in addition to those 8 sessions, there are 3 videotaping sessions. And the videotaping sessions involve a speech pathologist going into your home and videotaping you with your child, interacting with your child, and looking at what you're doing right and how you can build on those things that you're doing right to learn how to help them develop their language even better.
I found it so helpful to be able to go to the groups once a week, meet with the other parents. It was a very involved program where they put you in groups, and so even if you're not really an outspoken group work type person, they get you involved that way, and I found that part very helpful, is being able to talk with other parents as well about their experiences and what their kids were going through and how they approach different things.
So the More Than Words program really is developing the interaction between the parent and the child and teaching the parent different strategies so that they can connect with their child in order to support their communication development. And in addition to those strategies that help support the communication development, the program also helps you to understand how you can modify your environment, how you can have an environment that's easier for a child on the autism spectrum to understand, and how you can support their understanding of what's going on in day-to-day activities as well. There's a moment when they connect with their parents, and that's one of the things that brings me great joy, is seeing parents just connect with their children and children connect with their parents.
More Than Words has an amazing book to follow, full of ideas, full of pictures, easy to read. It's a big book, looks intimidating until you open it up. It's fantastic, and I still go to it if I'm getting stuck on ideas. And to be able to use the book for examples of play ideas, to be able to encourage your kids to start using their words and using their words appropriately, it was a fantastic program, and I really feel like it helped my son get to where he needed to be, take that next step in using his language, which at the time when we first started More Than Words, he was labeling. He had a million words of labeling, but wasn't using those words to communicate. So we've been working at it since we took More Than Words, and in this last month, me and my son are talking together, and it's absolutely blows my mind every day. It's amazing. For him to look at me and say mommy, or for him to look at me and say milk. It's like, wow, I know what you're thinking, instead of him leading me by the hand to the fridge. For him just to use that word, which I know he's known that word for so long, but for him to connect it and use it appropriately, it's amazing. So I think practice, persistence, everything all comes together in the end, and More Than Words was a really big help for us.